Hello everybody, my name is Oliver and today I'm going to share with you my top 5 Everesting tips. So, you've heard of the Everesting challenge of the Health 500 guys and you're thinking, I can do that? Great! To achieve your goal, make sure to consider the following tips to successfully complete the challenge. So let's get started. Tip number 5. Effort. Do not underestimate the effort. On my first climbing challenge, it took me 6 hours to climb an elevation of 3000 meters with just 24 minutes of rest. So maybe you're doing the math and thinking, I can do that in 3 hours. So it will take me around 12 hours in total for an Everesting. Well, probably not. The reason being that it gets harder and harder till the end. On my first real Everesting attempt, I quit after 10 hours of cycling with an elevation gain of 4,500 meters and a rest time of 2 hours. And on my final attempt, it took me 21 hours of cycling to complete the full elevation of Mount Everest. Seems to be a linear increase of time, right? But in total, I actually needed 60% more time for the second part of the challenge due to a complete rest time of 10 hours. And I didn't sleep. These were just regular short breaks to drink, eat, pee and poo, which add up quite easily. Not to forget, it is a mind challenge as well as a fitness challenge. And you may also experience some pains in your body. So be realistic and plan ahead accordingly. Tip number 4. Daylight. This is an obvious one if you're not a hyper athlete that can actually achieve an Everesting within 12 hours. In my case, it took me a whopping 31 hours to complete my Everesting. To make sure that the dark night period would be as short as possible, I started midsummer on 21st of June at 5:30 am and cycled until noon the next day. That left me with only 5.5 hours of darkness. And I mean darkness, because the road led through a forest with no other lights at all. In the Northern Hemisphere, midsummer, the longest day of the year, is on 21st of June. And in the Southern Hemisphere, midwinter, the longest day of the year, is on 21st of December. Depending on which circle of latitude you live, the actual hours of daylight may differ. For most people, cycling during daylight will be much easier than during nighttime. So be wise and choose the longest day of the year. Tip number 3. Backup. Do not trust your GPS device, aka Garmin. I know, you love it and it can do all the cool things, but it will fail you eventually. And you don't want that to happen on your Everesting. In my case, the Garmin just stopped recording the elevation halfway through due to heavy rains. There is a little hole on the backside of the Garmin which is needed for the barometric sensor to measure the pressure. As this one got soaked with water during the rain, it took quite some time to work again. Lucky for me, I was riding a fixed driver segment so that the elevation could be calculated correctly. In other cases, the Garmin stopped recording completely, for no reasons whatsoever. Check out the Everesting story of the vegan cyclist who wasn't happy to lose all his data. So be clever and use a second GPS device for backup. Tip number 2. Gears. Don't be ashamed of easy gearing. Put some big rings on your back wheel, despite the skeptical views of your mates. Your knees will thank you later. Even if you normally get along with 28 Ts in the back, I would suggest putting even easier gears on your bike than you think you need. It's always better to end up with a gear not being used than a gear missing. On my ride, I used a gear ratio of 1.06 with 34 Ts in the front and 32 Ts in the back. At the moment, I'm even riding a 10-speed with a gear ratio of 0.91 with 33 Ts in the front and 36 Ts in the back. With 11-speed, you can easily go up to 40 Ts in the back, even on a road or gravel bike. Some folks even put mountain bike cranks on their road bikes. So be humble and put some easy gears on your bike. Tip number 1. Nutrition. Drink before you're thirsty and eat before you're hungry. The Everesting challenge is very demanding on your body, so you should take good care of it. To constantly supply my body with water and food, I chose to strictly eat and drink only small portions every 30 minutes. This way I never became dehydrated or hypoglycemic, which worked out fine. On the other hand, I never felt stuffed, which will be uncomfortable on the bike. The only downside was the long rest time accumulating over the stretch of time, as I always stopped cycling for the breaks. In case you're wondering what I ate, all vegan of course, I prepared myself with loads of energy bars like Cliff bars and Torque bars, some rice pudding and some banana bread, both homemade with a lot of coconut sugar. I also brought with me a substantial number of energy gels, just for the worst case, but I ended up not needing them at all. But eating the same things all day long made me crave for a treat at some point, and I asked my wife to bring me some French fries. This has been a bad decision, and I would generally advise avoiding greasy foods on such challenges, as it makes you just sluggish. So, be smart and take care of your body's needs. There are many more factors to consider, but if you take care of these essentials, you will be off to a good start. If you have any further questions, or you actually did an Everesting, let me know in the comments down below. Oh, quick disclaimer. I'm just a normal guy. I am by no means an athlete, and there are many riders out there having completed the Everesting challenge in a much quicker time. But that being said means, if I could do it, you can do it too.